Appears to be in there pretty good. Not going anywhere, so I'm good with that. Okay, now you want to make sure this will actually clear that. So, okay, yep, it goes right down next to it there, so it should have clearance to work. Alright, so that's in there like it's supposed to be. Alright, so now we're just going to goop up all our surfaces, snot everything all up, and put it together. Everything's nice and cold, so these are thick right now. So use our gasket cinch cleaner, or sealer. Keep the stringies out of the motor. You don't plug up any oil galleries. I touch that, make sure there's nothing on that. It's pretty thick today. Doesn't like being cold, and it's kind of old too. Perfect for my race bike. I like it thick like this for that. I don't use gaskets on my race bike, so. So you scoop up all your surfaces. Don't plug up any holes. So make sure they're all open when you go across. So you goop up both surfaces, which we just did. We got to goop up our gasket. Use a gasket board. Lay the gasket on that. You do all four surfaces. We do both sides of the gasket, and we do both parts. This is kind of like a contact cement as well as a sealer. Some people like this stuff, other people don't. I like it. So on my race bike I don't even use gasket, I just use this only. It works just fine. It's easy to clean up. Doesn't damage the motor. Once something gets inside the motor, it just chews itself up, goes away. It's not like silicone where you just bounce around in there and goes plugs up everything and causes problems. Alright. So thicker over here than I want it to be right there. Wipe off some of the excess. Stuff's a little bit thicker than it should be right now, between being cold and a little bit old on it. Probably about equal on those two things. Alright, there's our gasket. Stick it on there. Pretty much as soon as it touches, it stays put, so it's cold enough now. It doesn't just flash off as soon as you touch it. So, alright, so everything's where it belongs. Last final check. That's in there where it belongs. Looks like it's good. We got goop on all our surfaces. Everything's lubed up. Same on the cover, so it's ready to go together. right down like it's supposed to. This time we're putting all the screws in. Can't remember how many you're in, 11 or 13. I forget how many there is on this bike. I think there's 11 in Big Twins, but I'm not sure. Here's a bunch. We got them all except for the 2 for the generator. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of them. 13 must be for a flathead, 45. Or UL. Now, if I had the 2 bolts here, I would tighten this area up too to make sure it's pulled tight, but we don't have those. So, I got to put something there to do that temporarily. You see it'll pull the gasket down flat. You don't have to do that, but I like doing that. So if I just put a bolt in there with a couple of washers on, it's probably all you need. So it puts tension on it. Kind of work my metal out. These holes are nice and clean, so they screw in real easy. Power tools. Power tools are called fingers. That's how they work. If you want to do something dangerous, use power tool with a straight slot. It puts nice marks across your cover and goes like that. Digs in as it goes. Looks really good when you do it. If this pops out like this, you just stop turning. That's why they made Phillips screws and Allens. They hold them in center. Straight slots don't, they pop out. Straight slots look better though. Okay, those are tight, but not full tight. I'm going to do the old hammer knocker. Could have a hammer, £1.5 works perfect. 1 pound's too light, 2 pounds too heavy. £1.5 is perfect size for most things. Okay, we've got 2 different bit drivers. You got a fat one and a skinny one. Now, some of these screw slots are wide, some are narrow. See, this one's nice and fat, that one looks pretty narrow. So you want to make sure these go in there and fit in there like they're supposed to. So I think this one will work on most of these. Now, if you bottom out on the bottom of the screw, it'll work correctly. If you bottom out on the side of the screw, it actually splits the screw apart and breaks it. So you want to make sure it's going all the way. Now, if it's only a little tight, it'll mush the head out a little bit bigger, but if you're way off, it'll break the screw. So this one doesn't feel like it's any looser. See, this one's been ground down quite a bit. This one's actually fatter as you go in a little further. Then we got some real skinny ones, we got real tight ones. See how skinny that thing is? See, that's all the way down here, it's bottoming out. The problem is this one likes to break when you beat on too hard. This one here is it's not quite bottomed up, but it's close. I like this one better. I'll use this one. I'll use this if I have to, but I don't want to use it. Breaks too much. Okay, so I'm going to try these out, see what happens. something soft underneath the crank over this, you don't damage while you're beating on it. So a little bit thinner, that would be better, but this is what I got, so we're going to use it. So this is an impact knocker. So as you rotate this thing, it actually pushes the screw down and rotates at the same time. When you push it down, it takes the load off the screw, and then it rotates, and when it pops back, it's like being spring-loaded. On the screw, it holds it in tight. The hammer does most of the work. You just put light tension on your hand trying to keep the clearance out, and you whack it. So you watch how it rotates a little bit first when you first hit it. It doesn't move much further after that. So the first hit it moves quite a bit, the second one barely hits. Doesn't really do much. That's because you got torque on it at that point. I think I did this one, but it didn't move, so it's already been done. Okay, so I'm going to cross all those. I go across one more time. Make sure they're full tight. It's pretty damn tight. Screw head's not really moving. That means it's tight. Now if I hit harder, it tightens more. If you tighten too much, you split the cover out. So just have to know what you're doing to know what you're doing. And after you run the bike for a little while, you go back over these because they're going to loosen up a little bit the gasket. So you go back over it. If you try to do this with your screwdriver, you're going to round everything off and cause a bunch of issues. This one should have already been done. Yep, not moving. Okay, so those are all done. Nice and tight. Make sure the motor rotates. It does, like it's supposed to. We like that. Now the wood protects in the shaft, the thread, so it doesn't damage the shaft. And that's what it did. Okay, so I want to put a couple bolts right here to pull this surface here in. So I need a couple of 5/16 bolts and nuts that are about 2.5 inches long, plus the head area, so that means you're going to need at least 3-inch minimum, if not 3 1/4. So then it's just a matter of going over to the bolt drawers over here and grabbing some bolts. Nice long ones, 2.5, 2 3/4. That's 2 1/4. Oh, that's way long. That's 3 1/4. Couple of nuts. Couple of washers would be nice. These are 3 1/4 inch length. Let's see if we're too long. I'm going to put a washer on both sides to protect things. And this has not been changed to, no. Okay, this has not been opened up for a 2-brush generator yet, so we can't use 5/16 hardware. So how much length do we have too much here? The length is good. So now I got to drop that to 1/4 inch bolts because they take 1/4 inch bolts on the early generators, not 5/16. And I didn't check that before I went over there, so now I get to redo it. No biggie. 1/4 inch. That's 1/4 inch length. 3 inches. 1/4 inch nuts. And washers. Okay, everything got smaller. are only 3-inch lengths, which should be okay. Okay, so we're going to put a washer. Let's see if we put the radius side on the toward the cover, it won't nick it. This has a sharp edge to it, so it could leave a mark on the cover. So we put that on backwards, like that. It won't mark the cover when it pulls in. So the round side goes toward the part. Usually it goes the other way around because it looks better the other way. Okay, then the same thing on this side. If you put the rounded edge to the generator side here, it doesn't do any damage to your generator surface. You'll be able to tighten this up, but you won't see any marks. No damage is being done to the part. And I'll put the nut on this side here so it doesn't do any damage on the outside, making a swirl mark where you can see it. We'll just tighten this down a little bit. Pressure on it. Not super tight, but it's got pressure on it. Okay, so now these are pulled in here and here because there's no, see from here to here there's no compression in this gasket unless you put this bolt in here. And see, it's the same thing down here. You got about a 5-inch spread with it's all open in here. So that means it could possibly leak through here if you didn't squeeze all the junk out of it. That's gasket cinch right there. So that's why I always like putting the hardware in here. Let it set up in there, and then when they pick it up, I'll pull the hardware out and they can put their own generator in there. If I had the generator, I would just use it, but we don't have that here. And we don't have this hardware either. Now, if you have any extra gasket cinch, just go with the rag like this, and the extra piece just rolls off right there, a little piece of it. Oop. It just goes away. I didn't see that at all, but when I ran across it, it was visible. So just go like that over the surface, and if there's any excess, it goes away. No big deal. You don't have no ugly red or blue or silver or whatever stupid color you got. Gasket cinch is kind of a mustard color that's very light. You barely see it. There you go. Nice and clean. Just like we want. Alright, so that's pretty much done. We've got to make sure it rotates. So we didn't do that yet. Did it rotate or did it lock up? Yeah, it still rotates. Look at that. Just like it's supposed to. That's what you want to see, a little rotation in the system. So, alright, so there you go. That's all buttoned up good and go. He's going to put the rest of the motor together from here. But I do need to finish up down here in the bottom. So that's down here. Right down here. I gotta fix that. So we'll be doing that, and that'll be the last thing we're gonna do. We'll be right back.